see Dale Ellis, and the answer is going to be very early in the first quarter. He's going to sub in for Aguirre, who leaves with 2 personals.
Ellis has averaged 18 points plus per game against Portland this year, which is just about double his season average. In fact, in one game, he had 27 points in 20 minutes. Valentine hits that outside shot again. Valentine's got 8 points here in the opening period.
Well, a lot of people thought that Ramsey would stay with Steve Coulter, the rookie point guard who started the last 22 for the Blazers when they were playing so good. But he goes with the veteran Valentine, and Darnell makes it pay off.
Blackman missing the 20-footer, and Bowie really soaring. They grab that one off the glass. 4-point lead for the Trailblazers with 2 minutes left to play in the opening period. Bowie puts it up from 15, doesn't get it, and Perkins grabs the rebound. Harper down quickly. Ellis, first shot doesn't go. Perkins with the follow. Goaltending. Goaltending called on Bowie, so scored for Perkins.
Well, that's one of the things that Sam Bowie has got to learn in this league. He's a little bit too active. Reminds you sometimes of Olajuwon. He'll get a couple of blocks, and then he all of a sudden thinks he can block everything, and that was an obvious goaltend. He gives Perkins 4 points. 22-20. Trailblazers leading with 1.5 minutes remaining in the opening period. PAXSON has now come into the game for the Trailblazers. Going to be a 3-second violation down low against the Blazers as they were working the ball on the perimeter, and somebody got caught inside. Dallas will no, actually the Trailblazers will sub Clyde Drexler back into the game for Kiki Vandeweghe, so he will move to a forward spot.
Here's the Mavericks with a chance to tie for the first time since very early in the game when they scored the first 2 baskets of the contest. Harper in the post to Vincent. Nice pass to Blackman, rejected by Bowie, and Blackman saves it, goes up again.
Big basket by Blackman, but you can already see the presence of Sam Bowie in the middle.
That ties it at 22. Knocked out of bounds, touched by the Trailblazers. I mean, Blackman really got fired up when he hit that basket. He threw that fist in the air like this was the winning basket of the game. He was mad because he got hit in the head by Bowie.
Yeah, he really had to work hard for this 2 points, and that's what the presence of a big guy can do. At the other end, that's also the 8th turnover already by the Portland Trailblazers.
And you saw the reaction there by Blackman as he hit that basket. He was really pumped. Score tied at 22. 37 seconds left to play in the opening period. Perkins going up for the shot, draws the foul, and the Mavericks will have a chance to take the lead as Bowie picks up the personal.
Well, there's no doubt that Sam Perkins is making Sam Bowie alter his game a little bit, and he has not been as effective since the Mavericks got Wallace Bryant out and moved Perkins into the middle. And Perkins, an 82% free throw shooter, will attempt to give the Mavericks their first lead of the game.
It's 23-22 Dallas. So the Mavericks back up on top for the first time since they scored the first basket of the contest. Bowie grabbing the rebound. 25 seconds left in the quarter, 18 on the shot clock. Valentine throws it away, and Ellis goes up for the shot. Rebound to Drexler. Batted up in the air. Tough man to out-jump Clyde Drexler. He can jump right over the basket. PAXSON puts it up with the left hand. Nice shot with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Harper. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Lays it up. Rejected by Bowie. 1 second.
Well, I don't think either coach is going to be happy with the way that last 30 seconds was played, because that's certainly not the under-control basketball that Dick Motta and Jack Ramsey teach, but that's the way it went the final 30 seconds.
At the end of one, it's the Trailblazers 24 and the Mavericks 23. Blazers string of unanswered points at 11. Nice pass inside to Carr's, got trouble controlling it. Perkins guarding him. 33-25 as Portland continues to outshoot Dallas by a wide margin.
I think Brad Davis got a piece of that wild shot by Coulter. Gets the block.
Derek Harper. First basket for Harper, the second-year man from Illinois. And the Trailblazers lead is down to 6 at 33-27. PAXSON shooting over Harper.
PAXSON got a nice screen from Michael Thompson that time, and this is where the Blazers are so tough when they can bring a guard the quality of Jim PAXSON off the bench, who now has 7 points already.
35-27. Perkins drives the lane, puts it up. That is foul. Carr got him.
That's the first on Carr, and only the second team foul of the quarter against Portland. The other nice thing about this mesh with the Trailblazers is they've got PAXSON playing at the position where they start Drexler, but Clyde is versatile enough that he can move to the small forward spot in this alignment.
It's a team that most people feel will be heard from as the years go by. Just beginning to mesh. Perkins 2 out of 3 from the free throw line, has 6 points, and this would make it 35-29. Trailblazers. Michael Thompson clears it for Portland. Coulter to Thompson, bounces it inside to PAXSON. Little baby hook goes.
You've heard it said about Jim PAXSON for so many years, but it's still true. He is so good at moving without the ball that by the time he gets the ball, he's usually right where he wants to take his shot from. And that last trip down the court, a perfect example.
PERKINS misses the 10-foot jumper. Perkins with the foul.
Sam Perkins becoming very active offensively now with Sam Bowie on the Trailblazer bench, and he's up to 8 points.
Michael Thompson fouled by Nymphius.
Iga was goaltending on Kurt. Beautiful pick and roll play as they got the ball to Michael Thompson, who had Nymphius beat, and that's all Kurt could do was goaltend.
39-30. Aguirre. That's his third basket of the game. He has just 6 points. Very slow start for Aguirre. Again cuts the Trailblazer lead to 7 with 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Drexler getting around Aguirre. Davis loses it to Drexler.
Great open court steal by Clyde Drexler, who plays such a physical game. He's such a specimen. He just literally stripped Brad Davis of the ball and glides in for the easy 2.
Kiki Vandeweghe and Sam Bowie getting ready to come back into the game for the Trailblazers.
Steve Coulter gets called for covering Derek Harper a little bit too closely. That's his first. Vandeweghe and Bowie do check back in for the Trailblazers, and they'll replace Drexler and Michael Thompson.
Very critical, these 2 home games for the Mavericks, since they do have the home court advantage. They lose either one, they've lost the home court advantage. Aguirre with the miss.
Aguirre couldn't take advantage of the single coverage with Kenny Carr, but Kiki Vandeweghe fumbles the ball out of bounds. Jack Ramsey yelling at official Lee Jones, "You blew it." A white jersey actually knocked that ball away. From our vantage point, looked like Kiki just fumbled the ball out of bounds.
41-32 Portland. Blackman gets set to come back into the game. Here's Perkins inside to Nymphius.
3-second violation call on Aguirre, who was screaming for the ball down the low post, and when he didn't get it, referee Daryl Gerritsen was ticking off the seconds, and he gets called for the 3. Brad Davis leaves and Rolando Blackman returns.
Kiki Vandeweghe to Carr, open at the top of the circle. Aguirre with the rebound. Portland by 9, 41-32 with 5.5 left in the first half. Aguirre shot, someone got a piece of that one, and we get a loose ball foul called on Nymphius.
Well, the player that got a piece of it was Sam Bowie, who came all the way out to the perimeter. Look at him. He gets right up in Mark's face and makes him alter the way he delivered that shot. And once again, Bowie is already establishing himself as a force in this ball game. Darnell Valentine with a really ugly looking shiner under his left eye returns for Portland, and Steve Coulter sits down.
Carr driving the baseline on Perkins, traveled. So Portland again turns it over.
Jack Ramsey yelling at Kenny Carr that he should have passed the ball in that situation. There was an open man.
Dallas has not had anything close to a hot streak here tonight. They just can't get a run going. They're down by 9. Both PAXSON and AGRUIRRE go down to the floor as AGRUIRRE tries to post up PAXSON. Nymphius on the drive. Slams it through.
Well, that time, Sam Bowie a little bit too active for his own good. He came over to double BLACKMAN, and in doing so, turned loose Nymphius, who had a free lane to the hoop.
Bowie bringing Nymphius outside with him. PAXSON guarded by BLACKMAN. Valentine is Harper inside of his shirt, but he gets the shot away anyway.
Boy, Darnell Valentine, a tough little player, becomes the second Trailblazer double figure. You see Jim Paxson falling into AGRUIRRE. No call by the officials. And you see Bowie coming over. When he does so, it leaves Nymphius open to drive the baseline. BLACKMAN kicks the ball out of bounds at the other end.
Nothing going right for Dallas so far tonight. We got a wet spot on the floor, so Darrell Gerritsen will call a brief official timeout while it's toweled off. Jim Paxson, two-time NBA All-Star, and hasn't said that much about being relegated to bench duty.
Well, the development of Clyde Drexler, it's really kind of hard to argue that Drexler shouldn't be in the starting lineup, but Paxson has had to adapt a role much like that gentleman there sitting at the scorer's table, Jay Vincent. Come in and be effective off the bench and help your team to win.
Guy who would start for most teams in the NBA. They trap Valentine, but he gets it away. Vandeweghe with a three-pointer. Kiki Vandeweghe hits the three-pointer. That's the second of the night for the Trailblazers.
Well, Vandeweghe made 11 three-pointers in the regular season, so not all that odd.
Great follow by Nymphius off the miss for Mark AGRUIRRE.
Well, again, it was Bowie coming over to double on AGRUIRRE, and it left Nymphius all alone. He was able to follow in Mark's miss.
Vandeweghe cans a 20-footer from the right side. Kiki now warming to the occasion with 9 points. 12-point advantage for Portland would tie their biggest lead of the game. BLACKMAN, good ball movement by the Mavericks, but BLACKMAN can't get it to go. And Bowie is there again for the rebound. 2-on-1, Kiki Vandeweghe. Easy layup.
Boy, Vandeweghe now has scored the last 7 straight for Portland. That one obviously in the transition situation, but the key to stopping Vandeweghe is not to let him get the ball, and Dallas has not done a good job of denying him the ball in this period.
AGRUIRRE driving in for the layup. 50-38. Paxson falls down, gets it to Vandeweghe. Finally missed one, and Perkins grabs the rebound. BLACKMAN missing the 22-footer. AGRUIRRE saves it, puts it up again. Bowie with the next one.
AGRUIRRE's got to keep taking those shots in the transition situation, even though he's not hitting them yet.
Paxson with another three-pointer for the Portland Trailblazers.
Well, that's 3 three-pointers in the half now for Portland, and Jim Paxson, who made only 6 during the entire regular season, has 2 in the first half, and Derek Harper double dribbles the ball for the Mavericks.
Portland wants a timeout, and Dick Motta not very happy at all the way his Mavericks are playing. Very sloppy basketball, and now are behind 15 points, 53-38. It's Portland's biggest lead of the game. Minutes left to play in the half, and the Mavericks trailing by 15 points. It's been a dismal second quarter for Dallas. Vincent driving in, lays it up and scores, and is fouled.
Nice play by Jay Vincent to go down the lane and get the left-handed layup, and Sam Bowie got over there too late and gets called for his second personal. Mavericks have just about evened things out in the turnover department. They have turned it over 6 times this period, so now in the game only 1 less. They've turned it over 9 times to 10 for the Blazers.
This is a team, of course, the Mavericks had set an NBA record for fewest turnovers in a season this year. Bowie on top to Valentine. 53-40 Portland as the first half winds down. Carr has it knocked out of his hands. BLACKMAN to Harper.
Derek just turned on the Jets and beat Darnell Valentine down the court, but here is Portland. They love this tempo.
Vandeweghe from the corner. High arching jumper, and Kiki Vandeweghe gets his 13th point of the first half.
Once again, Frank, the key to stopping Vandeweghe is not letting him get the ball when he's in those situations. Another open shot, another 2 points.
55-42. Perkins from the corner. Boy, Bowie can really get up. Get that 7 feet and his jumping ability, and you got something special. Valentine has it curl out. Blackman with 55 seconds left in the quarter, or in the first half. And the Mavericks down 13. Blackman gets it back, scores.
Blackman had to alter his shot to get it over Sam Bowie, but a great adjustment by Rowe. And look at the other end. Clyde the Glide just swoops in.
Not bad for hang time. Isn't that something? What a great athlete.
Isn't he something? Oh, he just whipped the Mavericks in that open court situation, and Drexler now has 8-6 in the quarter.
35 seconds to go in the half. 57-44. Blackman driving in and fouled as he does so by Vandeweghe.
Boy, that last time out, Frank, that Mavericks were shooting 36% for the game to 66% for the Trailblazers. You see Dale Ellis returning for Mark Aguirre. Dick Motta wanting to avoid Mark picking up his third personal before the intermission.
13-point lead for the Trailblazers at 57-44 with Roe Blackman on the free throw line.
Well, that's 11 now for Blackman.
82% free throw shooter.
You know, this young man, fatigue could possibly be a problem during the playoffs. He has played 135 more minutes than anybody else on this Maverick squad. They just weren't able to get him the rest they wanted to down the stretch, as they needed some of those victories to wrap up the home court advantage for this first round.
20 seconds left in the half. 14 on the shot clock. Portland trying to drain that shot clock. Valentine with 5 on the shot clock, looping the pass over to Bowie. Back outside, Ellis with the steal. 5 seconds. Ellis.
Great acceleration by Dale Ellis. 4 seconds to go as Portland inbounds it.
1 second. Drexler didn't realize the time was running out. So at least the Mavericks have the consolation of going out with that last basket on the turnover. And for a team that's shooting less than 40%, they're probably lucky to be just 9 down at halftime. 57-48, Portland at intermission. We'll be back shortly. Ball game has suddenly come alive, as Davis, one of the top free throw shooters in the league. He's 2 out of 2 from the line tonight, trying to make it 61-57.
Getting some half-court pressure here, trying to slow Portland down. And you can see it's pretty effective. Going to make them go to another set play.
Drexler double team with the trap. Davis with the steal.
Campbell and cut in front of Kiki Vandeweghe, and Davis with 2 big plays in a row, and the Mavericks are within 2 points.
61-59 with 9 minutes left to play in the third period, as the Mavericks have suddenly caught on fire. Drexler underhanding it. Perkins with the rebound. Gallows with a chance to tie. Aguirre goes to Blackman, drives, scores.
Once again, Aguirre initiated the contact inside, but the ruling is that Sam Bowie did not have position defensively. He gets called for the foul. As you watch Bowie trying to put his shoulder out there to head off Roe Blackman, and the Mavericks have another 3-point opportunity. And boy, you can really see how stagnant the Portland offense becomes when they're forced into a half-court game. They have not been getting good shots, and at the other end, the Mavericks making some things happen. Blackman with his free throw can give Dallas the lead.
And this is the first time the Mavericks will have led since the first couple of minutes of the ball game. They got the first 2 for the night, then they were up 4-2, and that's the last time that Dallas was out in front. They lead now 62-61. Valentine driving on Davis, blocking foul called on Brad Davis.
Meanwhile, Michael Thompson is subbed into the game for the Trailblazers, replacing Kenny Carr.
3 fouls now on Brad Davis, and 3 also, we might add, on Sam Bowie, who picked up his 3rd on the other end. Dick Motta going over to...
I think he was hoping he could see a replay on that TV monitor over there by the Maverick bench.
Vandeweghe from outside. Ball knocked out of the hands of Thompson by Davis. It'll be Portland's ball out of bounds.
This is what Dick Motta was hoping to see. Really a borderline call. Brad Davis had established position, but you almost have to see it slowed down on the replay to realize it.
Dallas by 1. Valentine drives inside on Davis. Ball loose. Vandeweghe gets the 2-pointer.
Well, they're trying to isolate Darnell Valentine on Brad Davis. It did so, but Valentine couldn't finish off the play. But a rare offensive board for Kiki Vandeweghe, who's now got 15.
That's his first 2 points of the second half. Inside it goes to Vincent, who tries to underhand it up, and he's fouled. Vandeweghe will pick up his third personal foul.
Well, the complexion of this ball game has really changed here in the first 4 minutes and 3 seconds of the third period. Dallas much more aggressive offensively, making some things happen, forcing the Blazers to commit fouls. Darrell Garrettson and Lee Jones are having a discussion about something before Jay Vincent shoots the free throws.
Well, you heard Rick Sun said the Mavericks are going to have to take off early in the third period or they'd be in real trouble. And they took off right on schedule.
Well, they're hitting their shots, and they're keeping the Trailblazers from getting into that transition situation. And you can see what the kind of shots Portland's getting, 18 to 20-foot jumpers when they're having to run from the set offense.
This will put Dallas back out in front by 1. 64-63 Mavericks. Clyde Drexler looking inside to Vandeweghe. Aguirre trying to stay with him. Michael Thompson is posting up Vincent. Here's Thompson, lost it, got it back. Thompson puts it up. Vincent with the rebound. Davis down court to Aguirre. Drives for the basket, has it knocked out of his hands.
Nice defensive play by Darnell Valentine. Like a cinch, too, for Aguirre.
Valentine with the pull-up jumper. Gets it from 12.
Boy, the decision to start Darnell Valentine in place of Steve Colter really reaping rewards for the Trailblazers. 12 points now for Valentine and the big defensive steal on Aguirre at the other end.
Of course, he's noted for his defense, not necessarily for his scoring. Vincent is short. Thompson with the rebound. Vincent claiming that he took it off the rim. 65-64. Portland. Valentine hits another one.
See the difference? When Dallas makes the basket, Portland can't set the pace. They have to slow it down. When Dallas misses, Portland's able to get the rebound in the outlet and get the transition situation. They usually score on it.
Mavericks down by 3. Aguirre with the turnaround. Short of the mark. Mark with his follow gets it.
Just sheer want to that time by Aguirre, who's now up to 12.
Vandeweghe trying to squeeze between Aguirre and Davis is fouled.
That's going to be number 4 on Brad Davis. Third team foul, so Brad becomes the first player on either team to pick up his 4th personal. As you see, Vandeweghe split the defenders. Really a tough call. But they made it against Brad, and so Derek Harper checks into the game.
Team fouls are even at 3 apiece in the third period, which has 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Drexler on the drive. Got a little bit too far underneath. Valentine saves it. Back out to Kiki Vandeweghe.
Well, I keep saying it, but it remains true. The key to stopping Vandeweghe is to get a hand in his face, not let him get the ball where he wants it. They're giving him the open shots, and Vandeweghe leads all scorers with 17.
69-66, Portland. Blackman, guarded by Drexler, gets a pick from Perkins, drives. Bowie is there. Blackman scores anyway.
Well, I take it back. Blackman led all scorers and still does. That's 21 now for Rowe with a great drive left-handed around Sam Bowie. Great touch off the glass.
PAXSON getting ready to come back into the game. Vandeweghe with the drive and the finger roll, but no one there to block out Michael Thompson, who gets an easy rebound shot.
Kiki's got a great first step, and he used it to his advantage, and the defense collapsed on him like a magnet, and that left nobody on Michael Thompson.
Aguirre, fouled by Thompson, hits it.
Great athletic shot by Aguirre. And all of a sudden, this has become a tremendous ball game as Jim PAXSON comes in for Clyde Drexler. And Aguirre, just a tremendous athletic move. Gets Thompson out of position, knew he had the foul, forced in the shot, and had the chance for the three-point play. Aguirre now with 14.
And the free throw again would tie this one at 71. Aguirre's first free throw attempt of the night. So Portland maintains the 1-point advantage. Valentine gets it down court quickly. A lot of bumping going on underneath. Offensive foul on Portland on Kiki Vandeweghe, and that's 4 on him.
To insert him here rather than putting Clyde Drexler back into the ball game, who he just subbed out a couple of moments ago, so he'll go with the rookie. Mavericks may look to try to exploit Kersey a little bit when we return to action.
It is so important to win the first game in the best-of-5 series last year in each and every series. The team that won the first game went on to win the series. And the home court advantage means just about everything. And Dallas has that right now. Kersey just come into the ball game, gets the pass and drops in the shot.
So much for exploiting Kersey.
Kersey is a second-round draft pick out of tiny Longwood College up in Virginia. Trailblazers had, as I recall, 3 second-round picks last year. Nice pass to Perkins. He scores for the foul.
Well, the Mavericks used that 22nd timeout to sub Kurt Nymphius into the ball game for Jay Vincent, and he gets the pass here backdoor to Sam Perkins, who's going to get a chance for the three-point opportunity.
That's a third foul on Darnell Valentine. Dallas back out in front by 1, and Perkins now with a chance to make it a 2-point Maverick lead.
That's also the 15th foul of the quarter against Portland, so Dallas into the penalty with 4:26 to go.
Perkins 2 out of 4 from the stripe so far tonight. So the Mavericks at 1 point, trailing by 15 in the first half. 53-38 have recaptured the lead. 75-73. Paxson back in the game. He's instant offense for the Trailblazers. Misses that shot. Bowie with the follow. Can't get it to go. Kersey with the next one. Rejected by Nymphius. Looks like we're playing volleyball out there.
Well, it is wild. Ball will go over to Dallas. Portland bench was convinced that Kurt Nymphius goaltended on one of those attempts. Daryl Garrettson and Lee Jones didn't see it that way. Mavericks come down now looking for a 4-point lead.
That's something they haven't enjoyed in this entire ball game. Here's Aguirre. Turn around. Yes!
Well, Aguirre got single coverage on the rookie Kersey. And Mark is just death from that position on the court anyway.
Aguirre's pet shot, that favorite turnaround of his from about 10 feet. Kersey starting to drive, now backs off, ball on the floor, picked up by Aguirre. Great hustle by Aguirre, who turns it over to Harper, and Harper gives Mark a pat on the backside, saying nice going. Dallas with a chance to build it to 6. Inside, Aguirre gets his own rebound. He's like a demon out there.
Boy, Aguirre playing awfully hard, and it's like he can smell the situation out there on the rookie Kersey, the second-round draft choice, and he is just going to work him over. Portland's going to call another timeout.
The foul will be on the rookie Kersey, as Aguirre playing like a man possessed here. He will not be denied the ball. He was down on the floor, but he was just trying to catch his breath. Coming here. And the Mavericks have their biggest lead of the night at 78-73.
I'm a little bit surprised that Jack Ramsey didn't put Clyde Drexler back in because of the ease with which Aguirre is handling Kersey.
3 minutes left to play in the third period. Bowie out on top. Nymphius out there with him. Kersey jacks up the jumper from 20. He can shoot it, quite obviously. He's 2 out of 2 from the field. 79-75. Blackman driving on Paxson. Paxson won't let him penetrate. Here's Aguirre. Double team with Bowie. Hook pass, cross court. Harper puts it up.
Great play by Aguirre. One, to get the ball to Harper from that position, and then to follow in the miss with a great tip.
Here's Paxson on the drive, goes with the reverse layup, scores, and he's fouled.
Nice play by PAXSON on the baseline. He just beat BLACKMAN and then gets the layup and the foul call. Aguirre's going to be taken out, and he has really been the spark plug for the Mavericks in this period. He's got 12 in the quarter and 20 now for the game.
Here's that last play. Aguirre getting a nice hand. I don't believe I've seen Aguirre play that possessed in a long time. I mean, he wants the ball every time down court. He's after the defensive boards, you name it. PAXSON completes the three-point play.
Well, you know, Frank, it looked like he came out with that attitude at the start of the game, but once he picked up those first two personals, it appeared to bother him and has slowed down his offensive game. And I guess at halftime he just was able to shrug it off and say to heck with it, I'm going to go out and play my game no matter how they call it.
Perkins goes in the lane for the hook shot. Michael Thompson grabs the rebound, kicks it down court to Kersey, to PAXSON, who lays it in. Nice play.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a fast break where the ball never touches the floor.
Excellent ball movement by the Trailblazers. Not a dribble in sight. From a 6-point lead, it's down to a 1-point lead for the Mavericks as PAXSON and Perkins collide underneath the basket, and the foul call is going against PAXSON.
Yeah, PAXSON is really hot. He got away with this situation earlier in the ball game when he and Aguirre went down, and he is really arguing strenuously, but to no avail. Sam Perkins will go to the line. I believe it's Perkins, maybe not. Jay Vincent's trying to check into the ball game. Lee Jones a bit confused, and he's going to go over to the scorer's table for a minute. It should be Perkins at the foul line. He was the one that went down in a heap with PAXSON.
And it will be Perkins. A minute 49 left to play in the third period. Dallas leading 81-80. Perkins.
I saw Jim Paxson just say something that you hardly ever see an athlete say to an official. He said, I'm all right, and I'm sorry for what I said.
Really?
You know, one thing that
might have been under threat of a technical.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you know, usually officials are a lot slower to call the tees. Not that they will let the game get out of control, but they will usually give a player a warning, where sometimes a regular season game, they'll just give them a tee the first time somebody gets on them. But officials do not like to decide ball games anyway, and they certainly don't in the playoffs. They'd much rather have the athletes decide the outcome.
Dallas leading 83-80 with a minute 40 to go on the third period. Kersey, the rookie, over to PAXSON. PAXSON lets it fly. Rebounded underneath by Thompson, who's fouled as he goes up with the follow.
Thompson was hammered. You could hear the slapping of arms all the way over here at the midcourt table. Second foul on Nymphius, and now both teams are into the penalty with 1:32 to go. Perkins leaves as Jay Vincent checks back in. And it appears that the Blazers have survived this run by the Mavericks, with Drexler and Kiki Vandeweghe on the bench for much of this quarter, and now Sam Bowie out of the game.
Michael Thompson gets 1 out of 2 to make it a 2-point game at 83-81. Jack Ramsey looking on intensely. So we check other scores, other NBA playoff scores. Look at Cleveland hanging in there with the Celtics.
The Cavaliers are simply amazing.
Harper looking for help. Goes to Dale Ellis, who's come into the game. BLACKMAN puts it up with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Well, he hits it.
Great gutsy shot by BLACKMAN, who had to get it off right then. The Mavericks are going to get called for a 24-second violation. That's now 11 in the period for Rowe.
And 23 for the game as Thompson puts it up from outside and hits it. Not the prettiest shot in the world, but effective nevertheless. Again, a 2-point game, 85-83 with 50 seconds left to play in quarter number 3, and we've got a timeout. After the Saturday game here, that's a Saturday afternoon game, the scene will shift to Portland for games 3 and 4 next week. Nymphius taking the inbound pass. Dallas with the big edge and field goal shooting as Portland had it in the first half. Here's Aguirre back outside Vincent. Jump shooting from the free throw line. Get it.
Jay Vincent saw the defense collapsing on Aguirre and popped out to the foul line where he had the open 15-footer. And Jay now has 14 off the bench.
4-point lead for the Mavericks with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Michael Thompson guarded by Nymphius. Shot doesn't go, and Vincent is shoved underneath by Carr.
Kenny Carr, who just came back into the game, gets called for his third personal, and the Mavericks in the penalty. will go to the other end and shoot free throws. The boy, Kenny Carr has really struggled in this third quarter. Jack Ramsey gave him a very quick hook after he felt like he was getting exploited in the opening moments. Now he comes back in and gets called for the loose ball foul with 21 seconds to go.
Carr had 10 points in the first half, added only 2 here in the quarter.
You know, he missed 34 games this year with a severe knee injury. And some people really wonder if he's ever going to be able to come back 100% this season. A pretty devastating injury, and the Portland offense is certainly not as geared around him since he has come back as it was before the injury.
Vincent. Oh, 1 out of 2 for Jay Vincent. He has 15 points. And the Mavericks with a 5-point edge, and Portland can go for the last shot here. Down to 13 seconds left to play in the third period. Shot clock has been turned off. Valentine. 360 move on Roe Blackman. Gets the basket.
Another gutsy play by Valentine. It's a one-man offense.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Aguirre at the buzzer. Does not get it. And the third period comes to an end with the Dallas Mavericks, who were down by 9 at halftime, holding a 3-point advantage, 88-85.
For the Trailblazers, along with Jim Paxson. So Darnell Valentine sits down, and Sam Perkins has returned for the Mavericks in place of Kurt Nymphius.
Blackman drops it inside to Perkins. Back to Blackman, cross court to Vincent, guarded by Paxson, who slaps it away and slapped it out of bounds as the Trailblazers couldn't react fast enough. You see Paxson take off at the other end.
Yeah, he was going to get there if Portland came up with the ball. Only 7 seconds on the shot clock, though, as the Mavericks inbounded under their own basket.
Aguirre to throw it in. Goes to Blackman in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Aguirre puts it up. Harper tries to tip. It doesn't work. Michael Thompson with the rebound. Drexler, 3-on-1. Charging foul on Drexler as Perkins goes down hard, and so does Drexler.
Boy, I tell you, Sam showed a lot of courage in taking this, and Drexler did not show much judgment. He had a 3-on-1 situation. Absolutely no reason he needed to force that situation. He had 2 men on the wings. On either side he could have dished off to. He forced it and gets called for the charge.
Still 88-85 Mavericks. Vincent to Blackman, guarded by Drexler. Perkins open, hits.
Dan Perkins pops out, gets the open jumper over Vandeweghe, and now Sam's up to 15. Each team has 4 players in double figures.
Kenny Carr at the top of the circle. They're going to give him that shot, dare him to take it, which he doesn't. Off to Paxson. 3-point try, fails by Paxson, and Blackman gets the rebound. Mavericks up by 5. Blackman.
Blackman continues to lead all scorers with 25, and Jack Ramsey continues to sit Sam Bowie down on the Portland bench.
7-point lead for the Mavericks. Their biggest of the game is Kiki Vandeweghe. Gets it back down to 5. 19 now for Vandeweghe with 10.5 minutes remaining. 92-87 Dallas. Aguirre gets the shot away. Almost hit it. Foul is on Drexler.
You know, Rick's son was explained to me the other day. He says Mark Aguirre may be the best scorer in the NBA. And I said, well, differentiate between a scorer and a shooter. He said, well, he's not the best shooter, but he is a scorer. He will somehow get his point, either from the low post, or he can go outside, hit the long perimeter jumper. He goes to the free throw line a lot. He'll do whatever it takes, but somehow or another, Mark's going to get his 20, no matter how good a defense you play on him.
Well, he has played since halftime like his life was hanging on the outcome of this game.
Well, he's up to 22 now, and they have been a hard-earned 22 because he has been double and triple teamed most of the night.
He only had 8 at intermission. 94-87 Dallas. Drexler off the window, kisses it for 2. Again, a 5-point Maverick advantage at 94-89. Vincent on the drive, puts it up over Thompson, traveling. Called on Jay Vincent as the Mavericks turn it over.
There was some contact before Jay started his move to the hoop. and they ruled no foul on the initial contact and said that Jay Vincent then shuffled his feet after he came back down.
Harper guarding PAXSON, who controls the ball on the outside for the Trailblazers. To Thompson. Again, they back off of Thompson. Drexler, guarded by Blackman, gets the pick from Thompson. Off in the corner to PAXSON. He drills it.
Fans want a traveling call on Drexler on the penetration. His hands are so large that he just holds the ball out there like it was a softball or something.
19 points now for PAXSON coming off the bench for the Trailblazers, and the Mavericks lead is down to 3. Vincent to Blackman. Harper looking inside. Vincent takes the shot from the top of the circle, puts up a brick, and AGRUIRRE will pick up the foul this time as he fouled Carr.
You know, Frank, the Blazers continue to hang very close to the Mavericks, and they've gone an awfully long time without the presence of Sam Bowie in there. Sam, not really in that much foul difficulty, only has 3.
Now, it may be a case where it's a rookie, and Ramsey wants a veteran lineup in there, which he's basically got. Drexler's the player with the least experience. Nice pass underneath, and Vandeweghe getting loose for another shot.
Well, now they've got the 2 players on the floor, PAXSON and Vandeweghe, who move so well without the ball. And when they get it, they're usually where they want to be. Vandeweghe up to 21.
7-point Maverick lead is cut to 1, 94-93.
Mark AGRUIRRE gets called for the offensive foul. Now that's a 4th on AGRUIRRE. And 2 of them right here in a row. Brad Davis re-enters the contest. He, the only other Maverick in foul difficulty, also playing with 4.
And Blackman takes the seat on the bench. So here's the Trailblazers with a chance to take the lead. Vandeweghe has Perkins in his face. Drexler with the pull-up jumper. Rebound AGRUIRRE. 2 Trailblazers hit the deck.
Yeah, they are really hurt at the other end, in Dallas with a huge advantage. Gets the basket from Vincent. Now they're going to have to call a timeout.
PAXSON is down on the floor, and Carr is just reeling around. We might have had a collision here where they hit each other.
Boy, Kenny Carr's got a bloody forehead. That's Maverick trainer Doug Atkinson trying to get him to sit down before he hurts himself. PAXSON can't even get up. Well, they collided away from the ball. You can see the blood coming out of PAXSON's mouth. Kenny Carr with a huge cut on his forehead, and boy, that was a nasty collision that they had away from the ball. Literally knocked each other down and nearly out.
So we've got an official timeout as 2 Trailblazers are shaken up. They're keeping PAXSON down on the floor. There's the shot. And you can see both players there hit the deck as AGRUIRRE went up for the rebound. Time is still out here at Reunion. Right. And Jim PAXSON still down on the floor being treated. And Dr. Pat Evans, the team physician for the Mavericks, has ordered a stretcher for PAXSON as he will be removed from the court here.
And the injury is in the area of the mouth. It's really a strange situation. Very seldom do you ever see a basketball player taken off the court on a stretcher, but not having a medical background, I have no idea, but it appears that the blood and the area that they're treating is in the area, the upper part of his mouth. Kenny Carr is sitting still, looking a little dazed on the Portland bench. Boy, this is really unfortunate. Of course, PAXSON's had an outstanding game tonight, but he appears to really be hurt.
And we couldn't tell from our replay exactly what happened, but there were no white shirts in the area, so we can only assume that he and Carr collided head-on some way going for that rebound. And both of them hit the floor and hit it hard, and Carr was just dazed and walking around. And, of course, PAXSON bleeding from the mouth area.
Well, they're strapping him into that onto that stretcher.
Well, that's a precautionary thing, I'm sure, because anytime you get up around the mouth or chin or neck area, you want to be sure that he remains as immobile as possible. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it really is. Jim PAXSON, the 6-year pro out of Dayton University, 2-time NBA All-Star. And he will be taken off to the dressing room and examined. And I think you're right. I think some of the precautionary measures there, because anything around that area could be a possible concussion.
Here's another replay. Maybe we can see it a lot clearer here. Watch it.
Yeah, they just took each other out away from the ball, just didn't see each other, ran into each other. You see Jimmy Paxson grabbing up at his nose and upper lip area.
Let's take a look at it one more time. Watch the action beneath the basket.
Boy, Kenny Carr turned away from Mark Aguirre, and Paxson was cutting in under the baseline, and they just collided with ferocity. Sam Bowie has returned to the game for Portland, as has Kiki Vandeweghe.
8 minutes left to play in the game. Dallas leading 96-93. Valentine goes in the middle to Thompson. Turnaround jumper goes. Michael Thompson with his 4th basket. And the Mavericks lead is cut to 1, 96-95. That's the way the scoring has gone. Dallas with a big third quarter to offset the second quarter advantage. Vincent missing. Drexler with the rebound. And now the Trailblazers have a chance to recapture the lead as Valentine puts it up and scores.
Boy, Darnell has made that shot all night long. And once again, when the Mavericks miss, the Blazers are able to get into that transition situation and get the open jumper, and they take the lead back.
7 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. 97-96. Portland. Game 1 of the Western Conference playoffs, and a steal by the Trailblazers as Drexler comes up with it. Down to Valentine. Kiki Vandeweghe goes underneath, and Thompson gets an easy layup.
Drexler with another steal, and since he's come back in, he has really triggered the Trailblazer offense. It seems to be the Mavericks that are stunned after the multiple injury to Portland, instead of the other way around.
99-96, and again the Mavericks turn it over. Bowie taking it away from Vincent. Here's Drexler on the drive. Back to Vandeweghe, puts it up 2.
Boy, this is uncanny. It's Dallas that's reeling after the double injury to the 2 Portland players. You would think they'd be in a state of shock. You can see Dick Motta very upset. He's going to have to call a timeout.
Now, since they're in the playoffs. 6 minutes, 31 seconds left to play in this game. 101-96. Portland leading it. And the Mavericks trying to get something going offensively. They had it going in the third period of play. And then since the injury a moment ago, the double injury to Carr. And also to Paxson. And look at it one more time. Again, left side of your screen as Paxson comes around. He collides head-on with his teammate, Kenny Carr, and both of them go down hard.
Well, official Darrell Garrett just came over to tell us that Paxson had his jaw split and his teeth pushed back into his head. They don't know if his jaw is broken, but that is what they fear might be the case.
Aguirre with the follow. Mark Aguirre stops the Trailblazers run at 8 unanswered points and gets the Mavericks back within 3 as we close in on the 6-minute mark. Vandeweghe over Aguirre, short. Aguirre had that rebound, and Harper got in front of him and tried to give it the second effort and resulted in deflecting it out of bounds.
Mark not only has 24 points, but unofficially 9 rebounds as well, so doing a good job on the boards. Portland, though, dodges the bullet. They'll get another chance and a chance to build that lead back up to 5.
101-98. It will be the Trailblazers' ball out of bounds.
Mavericks got Rolando Blackman back into the game after that timeout. They'd gone for the last couple of minutes with a backcourt of Derek Harper and Brad Davis.
Darrell Garrettson is talking to Blackman about something. We'll get a report from Norm Hitzker shortly here on the condition of Jim Paxson, who has been taken to the locker room and I'm sure will soon be removed to the hospital for treatment of those injuries, which they're as serious as we think, probably end his season. Valentine with the miss. Drexler saves it, and Portland gets a fresh 24.
By Drexler doing it, whatever it is the Portland Trailblazers need.
Pass underneath to Michael Thompson, fouled by Vincent as he goes up for the shot. Right now, let's go to Norm Hitzker for a report on the injuries.
The Dallas doctor just came out of the locker room. They took Jim Paxson into the Dallas locker room. What happened was he banged heads with Kenny Carr. It cut Paxson above the eye. Then when he went down, he hit his head on the floor. He is okay. All he is groggy, and he has a cut inside the mouth. He says he's going to be fine, but he probably won't be back tonight.
Well, that's a lot better news than we were first led to indicate.
Well, that's great news. Whether you're a Dallas fan or a Portland fan, you hate to see a player like a Jim Paxson be taken out of the playoffs by an injury.
Harper over to Aguirre, drives the lane, off to Perkins, and he is fouled by Bowie.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a great collision underneath Sam Perkins and Sam Bowie. And Bowie made the good defensive play because he kept Perkins from getting the cinch too. Bowie gets caught for his 4th foul. 2nd team foul of the quarter against the Trailblazers, and Perkins will have to earn them from the line.
He makes a pair. It's a 2-point ball game with the Trailblazers leading with 5:16 remaining.
Sam Perkins and Sam Bowie both making the All-NBA rookie team announced yesterday, and that team voted on by the NBA coaches. And sort of interesting, at the first 5 picks in the draft were the 5 members of the all-rookie team.
Well, that says something for the scouting system, I guess, in the NBA. Crowd coming alive here as the Trailblazers bring it down. Their lead trimmed to 2. Drexler with the turnaround hook. Aguirre collects the rebound.
Kind of a wild-looking shot by Drexler, who I guess thought he had more room, but Rolando Blackman was hanging in there pretty tough, and he had to alter his shot. Not a very pretty shot.
Mavericks with a chance to tie. Harper inside to Vincent, makes his move, puts it up against Vandeweghe, doesn't get it, and Bowie grabs the rebound. Down quickly, it comes to Michael Thompson, misses the shot, Blackman gets the rebound. Mavericks with a 3-on-2 break. Vincent flies in for the basket and scores, and is fouled.
Jay Vincent looked like for a moment he should have passed the ball off to Sam Perkins, but Vincent decides to take it all the way himself and draws the foul. I believe that's on Valentine. It is his 4th. Darnell claiming that Jay pushed off with his other arm. Don't see it there at all. Darnell just got called for the reach.
Mavericks with a chance to recapture the lead with this free throw. We remain tied at 102 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Boy, Jay Vincent, an 84% free throw shooter, has missed 3 freebies in this game.
Bowie outside, pass intended underneath, slapped away by Perkins, picked up by Harper. Aguirre drives the lane, off to Blackman, goes in, Bowie rejects it.
Oh, tremendous block by Bowie. Dallas claims goaltending, but an incredible athletic play by Sam Bowie. Portland throws it away, but it went off a Maverick player. Dick Motta holding the ball, still outraged they didn't call the goaltend on Bowie. I say it's a great play because the referees let him make the play. On the replay, well, look, he pinned it against the glass. That should have been a goaltend.
Score tied at 102. Dick Motta really in this game now with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Nice pass to Valentine. Underneath, misses the left-handed shot. And Aguirre grabs the rebound. And again, the Mavericks, for the 3rd consecutive possession, will have a chance to break the tie. Blackman looks inside, goes to Vincent instead. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Shot taken from deep in the corner. Blackman with the rebound. Yes!
Somehow or another, Rolando Blackman coaxed that one in over Clyde Drexler, who made the contact. 27 now for Blackman. Drexler gets called for his 4th. Boy, just a tremendous play by Blackman.
Watch the spin on this shot as he puts it up there. Just crawls over the rim from underneath.
Great position. And he had to give it everything he had after the contact by Drexler to get the ball up over the rim.
3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. This would give the Mavericks a 3-point advantage at 105-102. 28 points for Roll Blackman. Coming alive in the playoffs again this year as he did last year. Vandeweghe from the corner. Vincent with the rebound. Harper will bring it down court as we hit the 3-minute mark.
Mavericks with a basket here can take control of the game and really force the Blazers to gamble down the stretch.
Aguirre double teamed in the corner underneath. Perkins with the slam.
Oh, great reverse slam by Perkins. They cut him loose. And Jack Ramsey's going to call a timeout. What a huge play that was as Perkins in a mismatch with Clyde Drexler makes the reverse dunk, and it's Dallas by 7 or 5.
Great pass from Aguirre to Perkins to set it up. And the Mavericks have a 5-point advantage at 107-102 with the clock showing 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And the fans are on their feet and shouting. Dallas up by 5. Valentine with the ball for Portland, going to Drexler in the corner. Drexler drives into the paint, puts it up over Blackman, and hits it.
Boy, tough shot by Drexler because Rolando Blackman was chest to chest with him as Clyde went up. Now a 3-point game.
That's 12 points for Drexler, who's averaged better than 17 per game. Mavericks are far from being home yet. Blackman inside, Vincent missing. Vandeweghe with the rebound.
Boy, they're having to get the shot from Jay Vincent almost every time down because Michael Thompson at 6'10" is just smothering Aguirre, and Mark just can't get position to get his shot off.
107-104. Tipped away by Harper, going for the steal, and Harper picks up the foul.
Derek almost had a great steal, but gets caught for the foul instead, his first of the game. And the 4th team foul against the Mavericks. Well, we're under 2 minutes, so each team had a foul to give. That was Dallas's.
Drexler will inbound it with 1:58 to go as Dick Motta looking on. Trying to get his Mavericks home with game number 1 of the NBA Western Conference opening round. Valentine driving on Perkins, puts up the hook shot. Didn't get it, but did draw the foul from Perkins.
Hey, I tell you what, Darnell Valentine's a tough little ball player at 6'1". He took it in against 6'9.5" Sam Perkins, drew the shooting foul. Interestingly enough, only the first personal of the game against Perkins, but Valentine with 18 points will go to the line for the 2nd time tonight and try to get the Blazers to within 1.
And makes it 107-105.
The scouting report on Darnell Valentine, a good pressure player, and he has played well all night tonight.
Buries them both, and it's a 1-point Dallas lead and still 1:49 left as Harper gets it across the timeline. Perkins looking inside to Aguirre. He's being double teamed. He does get it to Aguirre. Jump shooting from outside, fails to hit it. Perkins with the tip, staying out good. Perkins again, and Bowie fighting for the rebound. It belongs to Dallas. Underneath.
Boy, Sam Perkins keeping it alive. He had position inside on Bowie. The taller player was trying to go over the top. They will rule that Bowie knocked it out of bounds.
Harper getting it to the post. Back out to Perkins, fails to hit it. Rebound, Vincent puts it up, and is fouled.
That time they get Bowie for coming over the back, his 5th. And Vincent will go to the line. But the Mavericks staying after with some big offensive rebounds here. Keeping the ball away from the Blazers.
Vincent 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. Not an outstanding night. But these are the ones that count. 1:18 left to play in the game. This should give Dallas a 3-point lead. Big miss.
Boy, it is. And Jay, who's the man Dallas wants at the free throw line, has not been able to finish him off tonight. 4 big misses from the stripe.
2-point lead. Drexler drives, lays it up. And we've got a tie game.
Boy, I tell you what, to give Drexler a layup in that situation, that is really self-defeating. Under a minute to go.
55 seconds left to play in the games. Tied at 108. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by the Trailblazers. Valentine behind the back to Thompson, and Thompson scores on the slam.
And once again, Clyde Drexler created the steal, and Darnell Valentine finished it off with a great pass to Michael Thompson, and the Mavericks are watching this one slip away with 41 seconds to go.
And 41 seconds left to play in the game, and the Mavericks trailing by 2, 110 to 108. Blackman almost had it stolen by Drexler. Here's Blackman driving on Drexler. Left on the reverse, ties it.
Oh, Drexler just let Rowe go. After making the 2 great defensive plays, Drexler just furious at himself. And now Jack Ramsey's going to call a timeout.
There's the time remaining in the game, 27 seconds. However, only 18 seconds left on the shot clock. So even if the Trailblazers do score here, the Mavericks would get another shot at it.
Vandeweghe back into the game for the for the Trailblazers.
Lead has changed hands in this game 10 times. Valentine going to drain the clock down to 10 seconds on the shot clock, 18 on the game clock. Valentine looking for Drexler. Drexler breaks. He goes inside instead to Thompson, and Thompson scores with 10 seconds to go, and the Mavericks call time. Harper got the ball. Back outside it comes to Blackman, driving, puts it up. Good!
Great eagle roll by Blackman with 4 seconds to go.
Valentine gets it down court. 2 seconds, 1 second. The shot by Powell is short. We will go into overtime.
With NBA League Pass, you can follow the entire NBA season.
He's D-macking in Orlando.
See the Los Angeles Lakers go for a 4th straight championship. Watch
his eye.
I ought to point out that Sam Bowie, who's going to jump with Sam Perkins to start the OT, enters this extra period with 5 personal fouls. 1 more and he's gone.
This has been a draining first game of the series. Swatted out of bounds, and let's see who touched it last. I believe Harper knocked it out. So they'll give it to Portland to inbound in the backcourt. 5-minute overtime period to start the NBA playoffs for the Dallas Mavericks.
You realize this is the 3rd straight overtime game here at Reunion for the Mavericks.
Vandeweghe missing the 3-point effort, and the rebound collected by Jay Vincent. Aguirre, who cooled off toward the end of the game after a very hot 3rd quarter. Blackman goes down to the floor, trying to hang on to the ball, loses it.
And again, Clyde Drexler swipes the ball from him.
He is quick, as is Valentine, who hits another one of those little 12-foot jumpers.
I tell you what, Blackman's had an outstanding offensive game, but on the other hand, Drexler's had an outstanding defensive game.
And Valentine now has 22 points, as the Trailblazers have a 2-point advantage. Inside to Aguirre, guarded by Thompson. Vandeweghe comes over to help out. Blocked by Thompson.
Now you see the difficulties Marks got inside against the 6'10" Thompson.
Valentine missed the shot, and Drexler is all over the place. He saves it for the Trailblazers and will bring it back outside. Ramsey indicating 2 fingers, setting up the play for his team. Drexler off to Bowie, drops the ball. Picked up by Blackman. Harper down quickly, and as Vincent goes up for the shot, he is held by Valentine. Valentine didn't want him to get the easy layup, but you notice Valentine also hung on to Vincent as he went down, so to be sure he wouldn't get hurt.
Well, that was a smart play by Darnell. Jay Vincent had the easy 2, and now he's going to make him earn them from the line, and that's been difficult for Jay Vincent to do. It is also Darnell Valentine's 5th personal. So he and Sam Bowie are within 1 of fouling out of the ball game. Dallas has no one with more than 4. That's Brad Davis, who's not in the game right now, and Mark Aguirre.
Boy, that is only 6 out of 11 free throws for Jay Vincent. Trailblazers lead it by 114 to 113, with 3.5 minutes remaining in overtime. Valentine guarded by Harper, looking for help, goes to Drexler. Blackman trying to stay with him. Fadeaway jumper by Drexler. Great shot.
Boy, the tough shot, because Drexler Had to be at a very bad angle to get that shot off in traffic, and the glide now was 16, and it's a 3-point Blazer advantage.
116 to 113 as we hit the 3-minute mark. Vincent trying to go up with the left-handed shot. No call. Saved by BLACKMAN, and his shot jumper goes from 6 feet.
Well, Rowe gets the shooter's roll.
34 points for BLACKMAN. 116 to 115. Portland. It's the way the teams have gone in overtime so far. Looked like that one might crawl up over the rim, and it didn't quite get there. Perkins will pick up the foul. That's only his second.
You see Michael Thompson going up tough. He was hoping to get the shooter's roll, but it wouldn't quite crawl over the front. And Michael Thompson has been a force. Had 9 of his 16 in that 4th quarter. Now up to 17 after the first free throw.
He's only a 68% free throw shooter. In fact, he's the worst free throw shooter on the Trailblazers among those who play any time at all. Put up an air ball.
He has never made 70% in a season. And he throws up an air ball right there, and they're going to give Dallas the ball out of bounds.
Mavericks trail by 2 with 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Aguirre inside to Perkins. Off to BLACKMAN. Hangs on the rim but won't drop, and Thompson gets the rebound. Outlet to Valentine. Pass is tipped away, fought for, goes out of bounds. And a loose ball foul is called on Drexler.
That's now 5 on Clyde Drexler, so he joins Bowie and Valentine. Boy, I tell you what, the BLACKMAN-Drexler duel shaped up all along as being the most entertaining. It may be the most important.
Mavericks down by 2. Aguirre back out to Harper, slapped out of bounds by Valentine. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 2:05 left to play in overtime. And the Mavericks need a basket to tie. Inside to Aguirre, posted up with Thompson. Hook shot. What a slam by Perkins.
Well, you also saw the frustration of Aguirre.
Drexler on the other end does not get the bounce. Tipped up a couple of times. BLACKMAN with the rebound. We're tied at 117 with 1:45 to go in overtime.
Well, that offensive follow by Sam Perkins is a huge play in this ballgame.
Vincent trying to penetrate. Darnell Valentine almost slapped it away. Aguirre double teamed. Back out to Harper. 4 seconds on the shot clock as Harper was forced to put up the 3-point play. Loose ball picked up off the air by Michael Thompson. 1:15 left to play in the contest. Valentine controls it. Drexler off to Bowie. In for the slam.
Boy, a nice pick and roll play there. Give and go, one or the other, and Bowie in a double figures.
119, 117, Portland. As we near the 1-minute mark, BLACKMAN really putting a great move on Drexler. Followed by Aguirre, will not go. Perkins with the next one.
Boy, Sam Perkins is following some huge mistakes by the Mavericks and making it work out all right. The running hook by Aguirre a few moments ago was not the correct shot, and Perkins slammed that one through. Here, Aguirre missed a point-blank follow, and Perkins is somehow able to wrestle the rebound away from Bowie, Michael Thompson, and Drexler, and follow it up, get the bucket and the foul call.
And the Mavericks will take the lead if he makes this free throw with 55 seconds left to play in OT. Tied at 119, Perkins with 23 points. Boy, free throw shooting will be something the Mavericks can look back on if they lose this game.
Boy, and Sam Perkins, an 82% free throw shooter.
Valentine outside, going to Michael Thompson. 40 seconds left in the overtime. 7 on the shot clock. Bowie trying to penetrate, hits it.
I said Bowie's in double figures a moment ago. He's not. He would have been held to 4 points, but now scored the last 2 times down the court, so he's got 8. Dallas going to have to burn a timeout here with 29 seconds to go.
They've got 20 seconds on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Danny Carr is back in the game with that forehead bandage, guarding Vincent, who will throw it inbounds. Gets it to Blackman. Tries to drive the baseline. Not much room there. Cross court. Perkins puts it up. Rebound to Valentine.
Mavericks will have to foul, but Bowie throws it away. Oh, Jack Ramsey can't believe it. He cannot believe Michael Thompson threw that ball away. He is horrified on the Portland bench. They're going to give the Mavericks another chance with 17 seconds to go. Oh, Jack Ramsey is beside himself.
They trail by 2. Into Aguirre it comes. Blackman down to 12 seconds. Blackman starts to drive. Pull-up jumper from 8 feet. With 6 seconds to go, and now Portland will call time. Let's go to Norm Hitzges quickly.
It looked to me like Jack Ramsey was motioning Kiki Vandeweghe as the first option on this, guys.
All right, we'll see. 6 seconds left. Bowie will throw it in at half court. In it comes to Drexler. Drexler drives into the paint. Blackman fouls him.
Dallas had a foul to give, and Bob Weiss has gone to the table to check that. Good defense and good heads-up play by the Mavericks. Dallas had the foul to give. Only 2 seconds now run off the clock, so now Portland's got to inbound it with 4 seconds to go.
Good strategy by the Mavericks. Bowie ready to throw it in again. Looking for someone to go to. Goes to Kiki Vandeweghe. Ball knocked out of bounds with 2 seconds to go. It will belong to Portland.
Boy, Vandeweghe mishandled the pass, but the Blazers get a break when Dallas knocks the ball out of bounds, and Jack Ramsey's going to call yet another timeout. So what in essence has happened is 4 seconds have drained off the clock, and Portland hasn't been able to get off a shot yet.
There's the buzzer, and here we go one more time. 2 seconds left to play in the overtime period. Score tied at 121. Trailblazers will inbound under their offensive hoop and try to get away a shot that would win this game and again prevent a second overtime.
And again, the only change is Nymphius in for Jay Vincent.
Bowie to inbound as Mata looks on. It comes to Vandeweghe, gets the shot away over Aguirre. It's short. We will go one more overtime.
Aguirre put a little body into Kiki. Made the good defensive play. Got him off balance just enough that he forced up an air ball. Jack Ramsey and Rick Edelman, the Portland coaching staff, wanting the foul called. But really a good defensive play by Aguirre as he follows Vandeweghe out. Yeah, he made the contact early. They were trying to get the official attention that he hit his arm on the way out, but not at all. You'll see it again. Here's where the contact right there. That's just good defense because Vandeweghe was moving into Aguirre. They're not going to call that kind of incidental contact at that point in the ballgame.
We're tied at 121. Second overtime period in progress here at Reunion. Drexler drops the pass into Vandeweghe. Goes with the hook.
Well, you know, this is the 3rd straight overtime game here at Reunion and the 2nd straight double overtime game. The Mavericks regular season home finale, the Rockets beat them in double OT.
123 to 121. Portland leads it. Perkins to Blackman. Blackman driving on Drexler. Puts it up. Doesn't get it. Bowie with the rebound. Underhands the pass to Kiki Vandeweghe. Down it comes. Drexler to Valentine, who's fouled.
Good transition situation for the Trailblazers, who come out smoking here in the 2nd overtime period. Jay Vincent will sub back into the ball game for Kurt Nymphius. You know, once again, the thing that's plagued the Mavericks the entire regular season and most of the night tonight, Frank, has been that they're always playing from behind at home.
Well, it's been catch-up at the end of regulation, catch-up at the end of the 1st overtime period. And now it's catch-up again in the 2nd overtime. Valentine, who's averaged only 11 points per game, has now scored 24 tonight, so he's more than doubled his average. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the 2nd overtime. Dallas down by 4. Blackman inside to Aguirre, double team, back to Blackman, drives the lane.
Great block by Bowie.
Perkins puts it up, count it, and he is fouled. Boy, how many times has Perkins hit a three-point play here down the stretch?
The foul's on Bowie. He's gone, and it is. Sam Bowie's fouled out. Well, you know, they talk about some players in the game being mistake players. Sam Perkins tonight has been a player who has taken mistakes and made some great things happen from them. Blocked here by Buies. He snuffs the drive by Blackman, but it ends up being a three-point play opportunity for Perkins, and he fouls Buies out of the game.
Perkins now with 25 points and a free throw opportunity to come, which could pull the Mavericks within one.
Kenny Carr checks back into the game, and that means Michael Thompson will move to the center spot with Buies gone.
Sam 7 out of 10 from the line. 125-124 Portland. Valentine going to Drexler on top. Valentine driving on Harper, deflected away by Vincent. Blackman comes up with it. Perkins. Here come the Mavericks with a chance to take the lead. Vincent back to Harper. 3.5 minutes remaining in the second overtime. Vincent guarded by Vandeweghe to Perkins. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Harper puts it up. Score!
Good ball movement. They finally hit the open man, and Harper drills the jumper to give the Mavericks a 1-point lead with 3:12 to go. Big block at the other end by Jay Vincent a moment ago. Jay doesn't get many rejections.
126-125 Mavericks. Well, we've got a problem here. Daryl Garrettson going over to the scorers table. Dick Motta over there. Goes on him to Thompson. Thompson open from 14. Air ball. Vincent inbounds it to Aguirre.
Michael Thompson's made a couple of really bad-looking shots. One on a free throw, and that one a wide-open jumper from 15 feet, and he didn't even come close.
Blackman has an open shot, doesn't take it. Goes to Harper, back to Blackman. Shot clock down to 5. Rowe puts it up.
Mavericks with the advantage now, and Blackman with 38.
Drexler jacks it up for Portland. Answers with 2. Didn't take him long to get that basket back.
Boy, I tell you what, Valentine and Drexler are not afraid to take the big shots for this Portland team. Or is Rolando Blackman at the other end?
1-point lead for the Mavericks with 2:15 left in the overtime. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Blackman driving on Drexler, fakes, puts it up. It goes!
Boy, I tell you, Blackman is getting the rolls tonight. Foul is on Vandeweghe, his 5th. And once again, Blackman rolls it around the rim and the glass. He's got 40 points.
Blackman having a great game. 3-point lead, and Blackman with a chance to make it 4. .41 for Rolando Blackman. 131-127 Dallas as we hit the 2-minute mark. Drexler on the drive, drops it off to Thompson, doesn't get it. 2 bodies on the floor. Aguirre up with the rebound. Thompson went down, so did Harper. Harper in the front court. 4-point lead for the Mavericks with 1:45 to go. Blackman open. Yes!
Roe Blackman with 7 points here in the second overtime period will force a Portland timeout. That was a big non-call at the other end when Michael Thompson and Derek Harper went down and no whistles were blown.
Beat the Houston